Hello. I had a quiz on figurative language for mine. Um, I tried to use Bloom's taxonomy to create my questions and to make them each one a little more engaging and more thought provoking than the last one. So, my first question was, which is not an example of figurative language? And the options were simile, hyperbole, metaphor, or literal. And the answer was literal. So that was a pretty basic, lower level Bloom's question, more like remember. Then moving down for my last question, that was explain what a metaphor is, then give an example of a metaphor. And I believe this is a creation question. There's a couple of different things going on. I think that it's application and comprehension, first of all, because you're explaining what a metaphor is. So you're showing the and applying the understanding. And then you're also creating and applying by making an example of a metaphor. As far as responses go, I had a 5 out of 5 response. So everyone did that, and that was awesome. The average was 5.8 out of 7 points. So they did pretty well, especially for people who may not really talk about figurative language that often. I really liked using Google Forms for this. Everything is laid out really, really nicely. So it was easy for me to just go in and grade responses. So you just click on individual, and Tyler came up. And if I realized that for some reason this was the right answer, I could just go in and give him a point, and then it would show that he had the point. Everything was really, really well, really nicely laid out. And I think if I was going to use this in a classroom, I would probably use it for tests and quizzes that my students take. And I think that it would be really a nice way for me to stay organized. And if I wanted to track my students' progress, I could just go in and look at how they're doing on each test, each quiz, and I can see their growth, and then also the areas that I really need to touch on with them to get them up to a higher level. Anyway, I really liked creating this quiz and this screencast. I think it's really cool that you can just build your questions off of each other. And I really like looking at it that way. Anyway, thank you so much.